they're also diets that sacrifice health for weight loss, in addition to that restrictive mindset, that moralization of foods, where you have a list of yes foods and a list of no foods, right? Good foods and bad foods. I'm a good person if I eat my good foods. I'm going to judge you as being a bad person because you eat those bad foods, or I'm a bad person because I gave in and ate those bad foods. Now I've got this guilt blame cycle going. And I think that what's happened is we're at a moment now where this iteration, this diet says this is bad, and this diet says this is bad, and this diet says this is bad. We're at a moment now where every food, even water, is demonized by one diet or the other. If you tried to do all of the diets, if you tried to say, okay, well, if everybody's right, I will do all of these things, there would actually be nothing left to eat or drink. You couldn't even hydrate. And I think that shows just how faulty that logic is. There's a couple of things going on, right? So first of all, when you define a diet based on what you don't eat, it's not what you don't eat that makes your diet healthy or not healthy. It's what you actually eat and whether or not those foods are supplying the nutrients you need that actually matters. But when you say, okay, you're going to follow this diet to lose whatever weight for whatever reason, and here's all the things that you don't eat on this diet. All diets work for weight loss initially. That is the primary goal for most people going on a diet, is to lose weight. It's pretty easy to lose weight for a little while. It's pretty hard to lose all of the weight that you want to lose, especially because our goals are typically set as underweight, not actually healthy weight. And weight maintenance, sticking to those diets, is really hard. So you cut out all the things. It works at first. You hit the wall. You hit the, I can't stick to it anymore, or my metabolism has adapted to this, or this is just like the limits. This is how far this particular dietary structure can get me. And when we credited our initial success to that list of things that we cut out, the human nature, the very natural, like, next thing that we're going to do is cut out the next group of things. Go to that next iteration of diet that demonizes even more foods. And so we're going to follow that path, cutting out more and more and more things until our diets are really limited. And one of those challenges is the psychology of restrictive dieting, which increases food fixation, obsession, emotional eating patterns, disordered eating patterns. It increases the risk of weight regain cycles. So it actually drives the yo-yo. The more we restrict, the more we eventually hit that point where we can't anymore and we fall off the proverbial diet wagon, and then we are doing whatever because we're disinhibited at that moment, and then we have to figure out how to get back on that restrictive diet pattern again. And we go through those cycles. The more weight regain cycles we go through, the less healthier we are on average. So you've got that psychology, right, driving the economy of weight loss diets, as well as driving our health into the ground with each one that we go on, and increasing our likelihood of eating disorders. But the other whole flip side of this coin, which is what I'm trying to address with all of my content in Nutrivore, is the more foods you cut out, especially the more food groups you cut out, the less able you are to actually get the full range of nutrients that your body needs. So the more likely it is that you are not supplying all of your biological systems with the nutritional resources they need to be healthy, the deeper of a health hole that we are digging, because we're making it harder and harder, if not impossible, for ourselves to actually nourish our bodies appropriately. So that is, I find the psychology piece interesting, and I will talk about it, but I'm not a psychologist. That's not my area of expertise. The actual just raw nutrition, like how do you actually get the nutrients that your bodies need, and why is it important to leave restriction in the past and leave that moralization of food in the past in order to facilitate that goal of getting all the nutrients our bodies need?